Ladies and gentlemen, commemorating the win of Proton in the 2005 and 2006 Merdeka Millennium Endurance races, Proton had released two limited edition models of the Waja and the Gen 2, namely the Waja and the Gen 2 MME. You have seen the Gen 2 MME around 2 weeks ago, and by a great twist of fate, we are now looking at an original unit of a Proton Waja MME. The Proton Waja MME, just like its Gen 2 MME brother, is powered by Proton's CamPro 1.6-litre engine, 110 horsepower and 148 Nm of torque as standard. However, as you know, MME versions receive some upgrades in the engine department in the form of these specialized plug cables, R3 spark plugs, of course a wear and tear item, and also R3 exhaust headers coming on to R3 mufflers at the back. So it has added around 8 horsepower to the base engine output, bringing it up to around 118 to 120 horsepower. And of course, it's not the Proton if it doesn't handle good, is it? So it also receives a front strut bar, very nice red in color, R3 branded of course, to aid and enhance the handling. So this is the engine bay of the Waja MME. I must admire how clean this one is. Look at all the plastic bits, still shiny, black, intact, and how spotless this engine generally is. That is dedication at its finest. The Proton Waja MME receives a bespoke 5-piece body kit, or a zero kit as they call it. The most prominent part will be the front part of this, which is the radiator grille, where it now looks more like a wow bulan as compared to the normal Wajas. It still retains its beak, but the lower part of the grille has been reprofiled and redesigned to the extent that now it curves better than that of the original Wajas, which was quite sharp, I would say. And it is now finished in black mesh. Very nice indeed. The other prominent feature on the front fascia would be these darkened headlamps. Look at that, looks very evil, looks very Decepticon-like, right? And also reminds me of the Yamaha MT-10's headlamps. Go Google it. Very nice indeed. The lower part of the front bumper has also been redesigned, allowing for more air and mesh to be added. And the most asked question would be, mana signal dia? Because on a normal Waja, the signal and the fog lamps would be here, but now sudah tak ada, dah diganti dengan mesh. The signals have been moved here. So signal masih ada, functionality is still there and still retained, although the car has been redesigned. The other thing that I really love on this Waja MME would be this front lip, which is subtle. It does not protrude out too much that you would start to worry if you go around high bumps, but it still exudes a sporty vibe. And the color, look at the color, this titaniumish color which is so popular on Protons. Think of the Satranio R3RS, which is with its side moldings and all in this color. It is very nice harmony of colors that do not clash or fight for attention with each other. And must I add that the logo Proton berwarna, which was used from year 2000 to year 2008, 8 years, and the Waja MME came out in a time when Proton had this multicolored logo. That's a piece of history. Moving on to the side, JRD Commels, as what you find on the Gen 2 MME, 16 inches by 6.5, and these are shot in 205 45 R16 tires. New ones, by the way, very nice. And as you can see as well, through these spokes of the rims, these front slotted discs by DBA, which was, interestingly, an original inclusion on the car. So the Waja did come with slotted and drilled front discs. So this is true to life as what you'd find in the year 2006 when the car was launched. This decal on the side, as you can see, number 12, because in that year, Proton had won the MME race in a car with the number 12 on it. It was a Lotus Exige. And as you can see, there are 2 stars. It signifies double wins in the years 2005 and 2006. There is also one more version of the sticker with the number 15 and only 1 star that was only in 2005. So now it is a tribute to both wins. Moving on to the side, the lower side, you have this nice zero kit side piece as a feature. And we'll be moving on to the back right now. Something interesting is happening at the back of this Waja. The Waja first received the Campro engine in the year 2006, and at that time, its design was, as per what you remember, the big design, the first gen Waja design, and the rear end, which had the normal lights with Campro emblems and Waja emblems over here. However, when the Waja MME was released, it retained its front fascia. Of course, a bit of redesign lah on the bumper and all that, but it generally looked like the first gen Waja. But the rear now sports the look of the 2007 Waja Campro with the Waja lettering being moved here and the logo pun sudah hilang. This cul-de-sac thermometer, alien crop circle tail lamps, and also a Campro 1.6 emblem. Of course, on the Waja Campro, it says Campro 1.6E, but it's generally the same look. So this means that this Waja MME, or the Waja MME, had a front fascia of the first gen and the rear end of the facelifted ones. It was a very nice mixed bag to sort of foreshadow as a precursor to the facelift models of 2007, 2008, until 2011, its end of life. The lower part features a very nice subtle zero kit as part of the 5-piece body kit, and the most important part would be the R3 muffler, the R3 exhaust. We'll take a listen to it later. Moving inside of the Waja MME, well, what do you expect? Waja is a very nice place to be in. I have stated previously in the Waja Campro video that I still think that the Waja's interior, or the Chancellor's interior, is one of the best ones that has been designed and executed by Proton. First and foremost, the color combo, dark brown, light brown, and in difference to the Waja Campro, the Waja MME has a darker middle trim. The Campro and the CPS ones had this light metallic titanium-like finish on this part and also the top part of the steering. But besides that, it's all your standard Waja, with your center dash being angled towards you, BMW style, and leather seats. I love this color of leather seats. It just works for me. It has this cappuccino, toffee, dark chocolate kind of color, which looks expensive to me. It certainly elevates and uplifts the interior of the Waja MME to an executive-like level, although the car is that of a sporty one. So you see, it's a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of personality here. It's supposed to be an executive C-segment, family-oriented car, but it has been sort of kitted up and upgraded slightly to deliver an extra dose of enjoyment. So, as you can see here, the radio is also stock from Clarion. My God, I love buttons on radios, man. Gone are the days nowadays, guys, where everything is on a screen with the aircon controls also on the screen. In a car like this, back then, everything was reachable and within reach, and it was very tactile. You could be driving and you could just change things to your liking. The meter clusters is one more thing which I really love on this Waja. It is round and it has a full circle as opposed to like being cut off at the bottom. Now, what differentiates the Waja MME from normal Wajas would be this gear knob, which is by R3. And these R3 mats, as you can see, were given standard with the car. If you remember, the Gen 2 MME had its build plug, the unit number, in front of the gear knob. But in the Waja, since it's a more executive kind of car, there is a storage space in front of the gear knob. So where is the build plug? The build plug is by the door seal. Well, at the back, it is still a Waja, which means it is Spacious and comfy, being a more executive and family-oriented C-segment sedan. Once again, the abundance of dark brown leather, which I really love, which really elevates the interior to a notch or two higher, and how the seats are contoured to cradle your butt. Just look at that. There is like a surround part where it cradles your butt from the sides and from behind. The seats are your standard Waja seats, and one thing which I've mentioned previously in the Waja Cam Pro video is that the map lights are behind you. So whatever documents or books that you may want to read, you just open it up, and as you can see, whoops, and as you can see, my hand is lighted very nicely. So imagine this is my document, it shines perfectly. Well, nothing to complain of in the back seats of the Waja MME. Nice place. Baiklah, kita kini berada bersama Abang Mahfuz yang merupakan tuan kepada Waja MME ini. Abang Mahfuz,
hai,
terima kasih kerana meluangkan masa.
Thank you, Hamzah.
Hey, hampir-hampir tak jadi kan?
Hampir-hampir hujan.
Masa kami baru sampai, kami berada di Universiti Malaya sekarang ni, universiti paling lama dekat Malaysia. Masa hampir nak sampai tu hujan. Jadi kita orang fikir habislah, memang gone case. Tapi alhamdulillah, mungkin ada hikmah di sebaliknya, hujan berhenti dan sekarang cuaca cukup cool dan tak perlu sangat lah. Apapun Abang Mahfuz, masa first saya nampak kereta ni dekat Masjid UM tadi tu, terhentilah sekejap. Terkejut. Masa tu saya masuk, nampak tepi tu, berhentilah kejap tengok.
Betul.
Aduh.
Sebab tak banyak on the road lah.
Tak banyak on the road. So, in conjunction with that lah, boleh ceritakan tak kisah abang bersama kereta ni? Kenapa Waja MME dan just simply macam mana kisahnya?
Okay. Alright, terima kasih Hamzah sebab invite saya untuk this review. Basically, memang dalam hati kita tu memang sentiasa Proton lah. First thing first, sebab I own a Proton started in tahun 2000. I bought this Satria GTI. Those time masa tu I tengah belajar lagi. So I have this stock standard Satria GTI, and then kita buat modification jugalah. Tak cakap apa ni macam tak betul lah kalau you beli kereta you tak tukar apa-apa kan. First thing you tukar, mungkin kalau you tak tukar pun you akan colourkan lain macam rims kan.
Ya, betul.
So my Satria GTI masa tu I tukar cat hitam colour rim dia lah. And then so lalas beli. Then bila dah beli, you know lah kereta lama, so you need to do a lot of things lah.
I see.
And knowing that this model memang very rare on the road, so I try to keep it like baru. And from there lah, tahun 2021 I got this, and until now lah I just maintain as stock as possible. Kalau you tengok cat dia pun baru lagi lah I buat. Not to say 100% restored vehicle. Part-part yang lain semua tu memang dah original macam tu. So I try to maintain aja lah. Maintain apa semua.
Masa nampak listing, masa mencari kereta tu, did you know it was a special edition car ataupun macam sekadar this looks good, saya ambil?
Kan. Masa tu memang I tahu dah, sebab I know a lot of Proton punya model yang very rare ni. Sebab masa tahun 2000, masa I tengah belajar dulu, I pun nak beli kereta ni. Masa tu dia launch buat tahun 2005, 2006 macam tu lah, MME version ni kan.
Betul.
So waktu tu kita baru kerja, and focus is more towards nak kahwin lah, itulah semua kan. So kita tak beli kereta lah. And basically waktu tu I dah ada Waja pun. In fact masa tu I dah pakai Satria GTI tahun 2004 I jual, and then I tukar kepada Waja. So I got this Waja MMC version.
MMC.
Not the MME.
4G18
MMC,
punya engine tu.
Yeah, 4G. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's auto lah. So waktu tu Waja tu memang I dah modify habis lah. Tukar rim 18.
Dari 15 pergi 18 tu.
15 pergi 18. Dia bukan
lah.
15 terus 18. Tayar besar apa semua kan. And then exhaust. I buat banyak benda lah kat kereta. And then I think I spend more than whatever harga I beli. Apparently the same with this car.
It's always like that. Always ends the same way.
And then I rasa memang I tahulah this one memang tak ada on the road yang banyak, yang betul-betul stock. Lucky for me to get that stock punya version with the rims apa semua kan. Susah nak dapat lah. Barang tu harga dia dia value tu is nothing lah kalau nak ceritakan, sebab barang tu yang dah tak ada tu. Tu yang masalah dia kan. Sebab harga tu kalau nak ikut kalau you tengok dekat marketplace pun orang letak harga bukan-bukan lah kan. Harga keras lah. Harga keras. So I prefer to keep it as is basis. Tak nak buat apa-apa modification sebab dulu kita dah asyik tukar. So now back to stock lah.
Okay, semasa memiliki Waja yang sebelum ni, apakah aspek-aspek pada kereta tersebut yang abang suka? Sebab mesti ada macam a few reasons yang menyebabkan abang ambil Waja semula.
Okay. Aspek dia because manual kan. Sebab sekarang R3 semua auto.
Yes.
Kebanyakannya on the road. I mean the new one R3 ni, kalau kita tahulah, kalau orang yang tahu pasal Proton, R3 memang dia datang original manual. So I believe because of manual jugalah, is kind of rare and tak ada orang banyak pakai manual, and I just nak practice kaki. Practice kaki. Kita asyik pakai auto kan. So kita tak pakai sangat kaki kiri ni.
Itulah.
So itulah exercise punya purpose tu.
Kaki kiri pun dah tidur berapa tahun kan.
So kita kena 3 pedal lah kan. 3 pedal baru rasa lain sikit. Knowing that KL jam apa semua, so kita akan rasa susah. Kita nak cuba hidup susah sikit dengan menggunakan kereta manual. So due to that lah I pilih kereta ni kan. Other than sebab dia memang Proton, Malaysian brand, and the sportiness dia lah, nampak very apa orang cakap tu, macam simple je kan. Macam Satria GTI lah, because I own Satria GTI. I dah nak balik kepada zaman tu, dah tak dapat nak beli Satria GTI sekarang pun. I think mahal kan. Harga pun dah keras. Harga keras. Kalau you nak cari yang stock pun 40 plus kan.
Yes, the nice ones kan.
So that's why I go for this car. In fact I ada another two. Previously pun I own this R3 juga, Satria R3. And Gen 2 juga, Gen 2 MME juga. Is little bit MME spec. Dia bukan little bit lah, cuma memang MME lah, MME. So I have balik kepada Waja, and I have this C99 juga at the same time. Wira 1.8 kan. So that's my new collection lah, when I bought it I think January this year.
Okay, so melenconglah sekejap, kita tanya tentang Wira C99 tu sikit. Macam mana keadaan kereta tu sekarang? Masih memerlukan restorasi ke? You bought it in a very complete?
I beli memang condition not that good lah. Memang condition dia banyak benda kena buat lah. It's totally bad condition lah. So currently undergoing a lot of I dah cat balik apa semua kan. So a lot of things yang memang tak ada, nak cari balik, kena slowly lah, kena slowly tengok balik barang-barang yang tak ada tu dapatkan. Tapi body condition dia okey lah, dah buat balik. Rim pun I dapat yang the 14 inch AAC tu.
Oh, yang bintang tu.
Yes, yang bintang dan 5 spoke tu kan. So it's like macam harga pun memang boleh tahan jugalah harga dia kan. Harga tak boleh dapat murah lah. Even the spoiler belakang tu pun I think about 3,000 kot, kalau the tiang gold original. But mine is replica, so I I don't go for that original Tianggo lah. And then itulah the rims tu lah. The rims tu pun harga dia pun kalau ikutkan cost dia lebih daripada yelah sebab kita refurbish balik the rims tu. Sebab I hantar pergi restore balik rim, spray balik. I think harga dia bila kita restore tu lagi mahal daripada harga beli.
Faham.
Kan beli rim tu mungkin dalam 700 800 kan. Tapi bila dah buat balik benda tu double. I mean not to say double but slightly lebih daripada harga beli.
Betul. Restorasi
so that's just rim. So not talking about other parts lah.
I see. Wah, sempat lagi ambil ya. Itulah restorasi ni bagaikan kita membeli kembali masa yang hilang. Sedar tak sedar. Sebab itulah ramai peminat kereta ni sanggup untuk melaburkan duit kan. Sebab it's like a time travelling machine. Kan macam mana keadaan elok barang itu macam itulah keadaannya mungkin 10-20 tahun yang lepas. Okey, sudahlah. Ini pasal Waja MME kan, melencong pula pergi Wirasi 99. Anyhow, saya suka Waja MME ni sebab walaupun ini sebuah kereta yang bercirikan eksekutif, family oriented car, tapi tetap terselar sedikit sportiness itu, tanpa terlalu menjadi racer sangat. Rim pun ngam-ngam kan, bukan jenis yang terkeluar dan sebagainya. Jadi saya nampak kereta ni dalam keadaan yang sangat elok, cat pun masih elok, burgundy colour macam original. Bagaimanakah proses restorasi itu berjalan? Lepas abang ambil kereta, terus hantar pergi restore ke? Ada menunggu sekejap? Shopping-shopping, servis sana sini dulu?
Lepas ambil kereta itu memang I tak buat restorasi terus. Because I don't know dia punya cost tu kan. First thing kita fikir pasal cost jugalah kan. Sebab kita beli and then kita simpan dulu. So lepas simpan tu, after like the same I think kind of masa yang sama juga, all this restoration company pun ada buat video apa semua kan. So waktu tu I tengok, ni boleh juga hantar kan. So from there lah I pun terjebak juga pergi tengok and then buat some restoration lah, but not 100%. Mana yang kita boleh maintain, biar je kan. So macam engine wise memang perfect. It's a good condition engine, memang tak bergegar apa semua. Even buka aircon dalam setengah jam, 1 jam still there. I mean still idle dia tu maintain je kan, RPM dia kan. Jadi I buat yang mana yang cosmetic wise lah, macam cat apa semua tu.
I see.
And then the seat apa semua tu I buat balik lah.
Yang penting mechanically masih elok kan.
Betul.
Kalau enjin barai tu susah hati tu.
Yang tu yang I main concern lah, engine kan. Engine part, sebab nak cari barang pun kita dah malas nak buang masa lah, nak pergi kedai half cut apa semua kan. Sebab dulu zaman tu dah berakhir. Jadi bila kita dah nak get to 5 series, so I think better to focus santai-santai je lah kereta kan. After all, itulah macam saya cakap, harga beli tu actually bila kita beli, kita spend more than harga kita beli. Kan?
But we don't mind kan?
Itulah.
We don't mind.
So far we don't mind lah.
So far is the word. Betul-betul. Dan saya baru tersedar something lah kan. Saya baru tersedar yang mana rangkaian kereta Proton R3 ni sesuai untuk pelbagai jenis umur sebenarnya. Contohnya untuk yang muda ada hatchback, GTI, Neo dan sebagainya. Untuk yang berkeluarga, yang nak santai sikit, ada yang 4 pintu macam Waja. Taklah nampak macam hatchback sporty gila kan. Masih nampak kedewasaan sikit, tapi tetap ada all these sporty bits yang differentiates it from the normal models kan.
Betul.
Menarik juga abang punya ownership of cars. GTI, Satra R3 yang hitam tu, yang tu pun susah nak jumpa.
Itulah, yang tu dah let go lah recently juga. So I let go. The owner pun memang car enthusiast juga, so dia minat kereta. So alhamdulillah, he manage the car nicely. And then dia baru cat juga kereta tu. So dia pun buat restoration dia juga. So proses so baguslah kita dapat bagi orang yang betul-betul suka kereta. Sayangkan kereta kan. Macam this one pun I'm not sure lah, maybe your next question kot yang tu. what's the plan kan. So
Betul. Future
we'll come into
plans.
that lah. But basically kereta ni memang betul lu cakap tu, memang market dia memang besar. Ada orang muda, ada orang yang senior kan. Cuma yang penting kaki lah. Kaki kena kuat lah. Kaki kena kuat. So kalau orang tak biasa, maybe dia kata apa ni kan, manual kan, sebab sekarang tak praktikal nak bawa manual.
Betul.
So you can ada that angle of thinking juga. Tapi untuk yang youngster ni, they love to go into rare punya condition. Kat Malaysia I think baru nak start lah that particular group kan, yang suka kereta-kereta lama.
Yes.
Maybe baru nak up.
Surprisingly so jugalah sebenarnya.
Sebab Proton lama, kita pun ada channel yang I think apa khabar Proton lama, something like that kan.
Apa khabar.
So diorang pun dah start cerita pasal kereta-kereta lama semua, berita-berita lama dalam tu. I saw kan, a lot of things. So I think the trend now is orang-orang lama ni they love to talk about cerita lama lah, cerita lama. Mungkin ada banyak memori lama dia orang kan. Jadi I pun sukalah benda-benda macam tu.
Dan pada masa tu pun media massa terhad pada televisyen, surat khabar,
betul,
majalah, internet tak meluas. Kan?
True.
Jadi kita terlepas banyak sebenarnya dulu. Sekarang baru dapat consolidate everything.
Correct.
Dan saya perasan dalam grup apa khabar Proton lama tu juga, info untuk Mitsubishi base Proton lagi banyak daripada MME punya versions. Padahal Mitsubishi punya era kan lagi lama. Betul. Sebab itulah kami sangat teruja bila dapat track down a standard Waja MME. Saya ingat dah memang tak ada tau. Sebab biasanya kalau tanya pun dah terbengkalai.
Betul.
Dah macam park tengah panas, cat dah kopek. Saya tak sangka masih ada yang running on the road, siap tayar baru lagi. Boleh tahan.
Baru okey. Betul.
Dari segi pemanduan, seberapa kerap abang bawa kereta ni? Is it your daily driver or?
Of course not. It's not a daily driver. Memang kind of benda ni I cuma keluar bila ada apa-apa event ataupun keperluan lah. Kalau hari-hari memang takkan pakai kereta ni, simpan je lah. Tapi engine dia akan start lah every day. Kita akan running dia, bagi dia basically I'm a family guy, so I don't drive my family inside the car lah. So perhaps I seorang lah drive kalaupun kan, because diorang takkan bawa manual dan kita je yang bawa manual. So at the moment santai-santai macam tu lah kadang-kadang. But I look forward lah kalau ada kawan-kawan yang guna model Proton lama yang macam Gen MME, kalau ada, then we can tag along lah kan. Kita lepak 2-3 orang kan, macam tu lah lebih kurang.
Sebab a few weeks ago this channel had featured the Gen MME.
Betul.
Owner pun mencari kawan-kawan se-MME dia. So setakat ni yang saya pernah come across lah, just one Gen MME, one Waja MME. It is so rare. Satra R3 pun saya jumpa lagi banyak daripada ni. So it's really a treat, especially for the viewers kan. So the soalan yang wajib dan tak dapat dielakkan, future plans of the car, restoration wise ataupun whatever plans that you have.
Future plan, I think kereta ni I just want to keep it as it is. I takkan buat apa-apa lagi lah, because I spend more on beautifying the car kan. So cukup dah. Waktu tu memang, sekarang pun memang you tengok pun memang dah tak perlu nak buat apa lagi dah kan. Tayar pun baru macam you cakap. So I think just maintain, and in fact tengok kalau katakan ada peminat R3 yang betul-betul berminat pasal kereta, we can talk lah. Kalau katakan dia cuba-cuba rasa macam I think I love this car kan, and then macam yang I punya Satria R3 hari tu lah kan, dia betul-betul minat. So dia pun tak sangka ada lagi Satria R3 yang with that rim yang 5 spoke juga tu kan, yang apa nama rim tu ada Avanti 16 inch tu kan. So yang tu memang standard. So for this car, I believe at this time I just nak maintain macam tu je. Sebab kalau you tengok semua dah tak perlu usik dah pun.
So basically the car is there, is complete, dan kita jadikan dia sebagai kapsul masa lah.
Kapsul masa.
Kan, maintain as it is, sebab value pada originality tu lebih besar sekarang kan, especially in the world of social media, yang mana kita dapat tengok kereta-kereta yang dah modified dari seluruh dunia. Tapi kereta-kereta yang standard, especially yang keluar sekejap macam model ni, tak silap saya keluar setahun je dan 200 unit. Itu pun claim kan,
claim 200 unit, tapi I believe it's not up to 200 lah. They can't really produce up to that numbers. So mine number 20 kan,
20.
so I believe less than 100 produce.
You suspect it's
I
less
believe
than
lah,
100
I believe. Tapi tak sure sebab, tapi I tak pernah nampak pun yang ada on the road yang betul-betul standard lah kan. Macam selain daripada Gen 2, our guy there, and the Waja punya memang tak nampak lah lagi on the road. So I pun plan juga macam tu, you cakap tadi, plan nak jumpa orang-orang yang ada kereta model ni. Kalau boleh kita we have a teh tarik session ke apa ke kan. Macam back to my tahun 2000 dulu lah, masa I dengan Satria GTI tu, I join the club. So we have TT session masa tu dekat Taman Tun lah, those time lah. Sekarang ni kalau nak go back to that era susah kan. So kalau ada yang mana-mana, maybe my plan is to get along with this group untuk jumpa, and then we just santai-santai, relax, minum ke apa kan. Tapi dah, kalau untuk Sunday drive tu I don't go for that lah sebab jauh ke apa kan. Macam the guy yang bawa apa ni, Gen 2 tu, I think dia join all this drive kan.
He's a bit long distance driver.
So because me, I lebih family guy, so spend my time with my family, and untuk teh tarik tu okay,
the more relaxed, tone down style lah. So
betul,
itulah dia, peminat kereta ni melangkaui pelbagai demographics dan juga cara pembawaan masing-masing kan. Ada yang suka huha, ada yang suka tone down. Yang penting kita mencari geng yang sama kepala, and we respect one another's builds.
Ukhuwah lah kan, ukhuwah tu
tu
penting. So kita get to know each other, and we exchange views about cars kan. We talk about cars kan. Basically Proton, but I believe Proton maybe they have this motorsport team kan. Maybe they should ignite balik benda-benda lama ni, kumpulkan balik ke apa ke kan, and shows that Proton ada passion on motorsport lah. Sebab model version lama macam yang cakap C99 tu kan, nak cari pun memang susah dah yang original apa semua. So maybe can bring along kan. Tak banyak lah, mungkin dalam 10-15 unit pun okay kan, sikit-sikit kan kumpul. So I wish lah if they can do that as well lah.
Hopefully so. Hopefully Proton hidupkan kembali lah api semangat motorsports tanah air ni. Anyhow, it's been a very great time and a pleasurable time talking to you, Abang Mahfuz. Dan juga kepada anda semua, this is a treat of an original Waja MME. This is unit number 20, and you are seeing it as it was when it was launched back in 2006. Immaculate paint, rims yang betul, even the disc rotors pun betul, slotted and drilled and what not. So thank you so much, and as always on Traction Talk, it's all about the car and the owner. Abang Mahfuz, terima kasih
banyak-banyak.
banyak-banyak.
Sama-sama.